Whoops. Oh no, sorry folks. Oh dear. Whoopsie. Sorry. I didn't have the camera in the right position. And I'm a bit chilly, so I put on my lovely nice scarf here. Been a lovely, lovely day here. Hi Clive, nice to see you here. Just saying I'm feeling a bit chilly. I fell asleep, so that's probably why. Been a lovely, lovely sunny day. Hi Mo, hi Leanne, everybody coming in. That's nice. I nearly wasn't going to broadcast tonight because I was very sleepy. Thought I ought to go to bed. Hi Sharon. And then I decided that actually I would broadcast. I'd stay up and do a little bit of bits and pieces, and then I'd get on and I found enough things to talk about. I don't know how I always find so many things, but you know, you think I might run out of conversation, but never seem to. So today, let's have a look. Oops, let's have a look. Hi Mark. Tonight's broadcast about ladies' lunch, broken toilets, computer frustrations, all sorts of things going on. Hi Tracy. And so, yeah, it's the Thursday where I go off once a month. I go off to the ladies' lunch group. And, oh, excuse me, I have a runny nose. That's not a good start to the broadcast, is it? Oops, right, yeah. So once a month, I go to the ladies' business lunch. And it's held at the Garlic Farm, which is lovely. One of our lovely places to visit on the Isle of Wight. The only trouble about that is if you don't have a vehicle, difficult to get to because the buses don't go there because it's down a country lane and the buses probably would get stuck. However, I've been going to these ladies' lunches for 3 years. It's ladies' business lunch. So basically it's ladies running businesses, and we meet. There's no membership. We meet once a month, as many of us as want to. We don't have to sign in. We have to say we're coming, obviously give notice we're coming. But it's ladies in business who want to network, and what we do is we pay £20, which covers our lunch and also makes a contribution to the Isle of Wight Youth Trust. So over the time, we've made quite a lot of donations to the Youth Trust. I've forgotten how much we have presented to them, but that's nice. And so what happens is we start at about 11 o'clock. We have about half an hour's networking. Then we have a speaker, and then we have a gorgeous lunch, as you might imagine, at the Garlic Farm, and then more networking afterwards, and then we go off our separate ways as is. But of course, I don't have a car. So the 3 years of getting to the Garlic Farm, I would say it was a challenge, but it hasn't actually been that much of a challenge because of the wonderful people in my network. I have managed to get to every meeting I wanted to go to. I've only missed 3. So it's once a month, and I've only missed 3 in about 3 years. And that is testament to the wonderful people in my network. So I have to obviously reach out and look and find somebody who's going. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Itchy eye. Find somebody who's going. Now, I don't mind getting on a bus and going and meeting somebody who's going to the Garlic Farm. It's just that I can't, the bus doesn't go there. So sometimes I will get on a bus and go to Newport and meet somebody who's going in from Newport. Sometimes somebody will pick me up in Ryde. Today I was extremely lucky, and lovely Zarina, one of our coaches here on the island, although she lives in Newport, she said she'd come and pick me up from Ryde and she'd deliver me back, and that was amazing. I do have some amazing people in my network, and every day the network is growing. Some of you people in here have just made friends with me. Mark Hunt, you're here. We connected on Facebook the other day, although you'd been watching my broadcast, and it was lovely when you reached out to me over in Sandown and said, hey, you've been watching my broadcast. So it's nice to actually have you in and have met you. Today I've connected with 2 more people on Facebook, one of whom I've met and one whom I haven't. Last night I was at the Ryde Business Association meeting, and I sat next to Anna, hi Leanne, who she runs a teepee business. So if you've got children on the island and they want a different sort of party, they can have teepee parties in teepees, sleepovers. I think they do. I've got to research it a bit more. So we connected, and then someone I met, not someone I met today, somebody I knew today who came round to help me with one of the issues going on in my flat. He said that there was somebody who needed to get his podcasts out and about. Hi, Jenny. Team Bodster. I remembered tonight. And so, and there's Anna. I was just talking about Anna, and she's just reacted to the video. So Anna is the one who runs the teepee business here on the island. So, it's all about spreading the good news and spreading the word and telling people, sharing what we're all doing, whether it's a charity thing, whether it's business or whatever it is, sharing all the news. Hi, Taylor. So as I say, back to the ladies' lunch. Hi, Abigail. Just say, Abigail, and well done, Abigail. Abigail was just come into the broadcast. She was in charge of ladies' lunch today because although Alison Colley runs it and set it up, Alison's on holiday this week, and Abigail was in charge, and I think she did very well. So introducing the speaker and looking after everybody, making sure everybody's money was in and receipts given. So well done, Abigail. And there you are. You just came in just as I was talking about ladies' lunch and saying how marvellous it is. I always manage to get a lift. So today it was lovely Zarina who took me for the lift, and so she came and picked me up. We had a lovely chat in the car on the way over to the garlic farm, and on the way over I realised that actually I should have been videoing the journey, because I love showing off our beautiful Isle of Wight, and the best way to show it off is by video or live stream. And of course we've been chatting in the car, and when we're halfway there I said, I should have done that, because just putting out that beautiful scenery. Our island is looking very lush at the moment. I know we've had a lot of rain, so that probably helped, but it was just lovely and green as we were coming over the downs towards the garlic farm. So on the way back I did do a video, so I shall put that up and show off how beautiful it is over there. But I will make it clear too, it was not somebody videoing and driving at the same time, because I am very anti any of that. And I've seen so many people do that. Why would they do that? Why would you put people's lives in danger by thinking it's okay to video while you're driving? Crazy stuff. I've even reached out to some entrepreneurial guy. He's big. He's got lots of people following him, and he's daft enough to go live behind the wheel. How crazy is that? Because people are watching him, and people will think it's an okay thing to do, and it's not. One of my hobby horses. Hi, Paul. So anyway, when we came back on the return journey, I did do some video, and I will put that out showing how beautiful our Isle of Wight is. And so anyway, the lunch, the speaker today was Claire, and she was talking about, it was the Donor Conception Network. Now, I wasn't alone. I thought we were going to have a talk about hang on. Oh yeah, that's lovely, Abby. Anna's just saying nice to meet and spreading the word. It's all about spreading the word and sharing what you do, Anna. So that's Anna's making a comment there, who runs the teepee business. But it's all just about word of mouth and just speaking and doing. I can't see all your comment. I'll look at it. I'll check the comments out later. Hang on, I've got something going on silly with my computer. Let's just refresh the page. Yes, and so it was a Donor Conception Network was the talk today, and I wasn't the only one who thought it was about, we were going to hear about organ donation, and it wasn't at all. It was about sperm and egg donation for people who perhaps struggled to have families or whatever. Very, very interesting talk, and I will be looking up. It is a charity, the Donor Conception Network, and I think I think that it needs a lot more publicity. So once I've done my research and had a look more at it, I will give it some more publicity, because live stream's a great way to getting the word out there. So so we had a lovely talk, we had networking, we had chatting, and of course we had a gorgeous lunch. And my lunch today was we get a choice of a few things, but obviously if any of us have dietary requirements, the Garlic Farm are very good at dealing with those. Now one of the choices today was a salmon and avocado wrap, but I don't do grain. And so hi Karen and Frank, both of you there. I don't have grain anymore in my diet. I've eliminated that, and my health has just improved so much, and that's a big shout out and thank you to Tina Hyde who took me in hand. Hi Annie. And she helped me go grain free. I have to say my health has improved so much. Just, you know, I'm feeling so well now, having taken the grain out of my diet. So anybody wants to know about that, I can put you in touch with Tina, because, you know, it's been a bit of a lifesaver for me. At one point I could hardly, I had such a bad skin problem on my leg that I actually was becoming a bit housebound, and it was a bit not nice. But now people who know me well know or if you watch my social, you'll know that I'm out and about most of the time rather than indoors most of the time. So that's just great. So I chose the salmon and avocado, but instead of having it in a wrap, I had it as a salad, and it was delicious. And then afterwards they provide cake and fruit, but because I'm grain free, I didn't have the cake. Hi David. I just had some lovely fruit. I think I had some grapes and some apples and some oranges, and so that was all really nice. So then I was on my way home, because you'll see from the header of my broadcast, been having a bit of I don't really want to do toilet talk, but in my flat I have 2 toilets, and they both decided at the same time that they were going to start playing up. Isn't it just the way, you know, just things like that happen? And so they both decide that sometimes they don't want to stop flushing. You know, they'll keep flushing. And of course, we're on water meters. I don't want to waste water. I don't want to pay for water I don't really need. And so I've been having to take the lid off, and I did very well. Yes, that cake looked absolutely gorgeous, Abigail, but I know that if I have it, it's not going to do me any good. So I watched all of you lovely people enjoying your cake. And what I've done is start knitting a cake because I can. And I'll just hop over to this one, because most of my broadcasts have something to do with my knitting in it. And when I woke up, I snoozed in the chair this evening, and when I woke up, I thought, oh, what shall I do? I know, I'll knit a cake like you do. But I decided to knit a cake. It's a birthday cake. Let me show you. It's a little birthday cake. Look, like that. And lots of you know I do knitting for charity. So this will be one of the things that's for sale. You know, all sorts of various people like to make donations for charity and get these things. So this is the cake. And the reason I decided to make a birthday cake is because again, if any of you have been watching my profile picture is a picture of me with 2 little babies tucked under my arms. Well, it was a picture taken 11 years ago tomorrow, when I became a granny for the first time. But I didn't do it in ones, I did it in 2s. You know, why stick with one baby when you can have 2 at the same time? And my daughter produced twins in her first pregnancy, and so what a way to come into grannyhood. Wow, you know, and it was amazing. It wasn't there was hardly any time when I managed to hold those 2 babies under my arm, because they grew so fast, and it's not very easy to hold. But the picture that's on my profile today, hi Glenda, it's just lovely. And actually that's going to take me off at a tangent as well, because while I was waiting for Zarina to pick me up, I was ordering online birthday cards for my granddaughters. Now I am part of an online card business, which some of you will know, and you can actually order cards and personalize them inside. But actually what you can also do now which is a new feature, you can actually create your own card on the outside. And I decided that the twins would probably like to see that picture of them as babies. So I ordered them each a card with that on the outside, that card, that photograph of Granny with the babies tucked under her arm. And I was personalising it, and of course I was watching the clock. I knew Zarina was picking me up at 20 to 11, and I was watching the clock, and I wanted to order them one each. You know, they're twins. They need their own things. You know, it's no good sending one birthday card for both of them. That's not fair. So they needed one each. So I had to order two, and I was short of time, and I was watching the clock ticking, and I was making the cards. So you have to go on, you create the front, then if any text you want, you have to put the text in, then you have to choose the text colour. It's great because there's so many choices, but of course it all takes a few minutes. Fortunately, at that point my computer did not let me down, and so I was able to create the front. So I did the oldest girls, I mean she's older by about 2 minutes, I think. I did her card first, and I was doing it, and I thought, oh, supposing Zarina comes before I finish the second card, then one card will get dispatched today and one will have to wait. But I managed to get them both done. I did the same cards, but I used different coloured lettering. I put the photograph on a lovely blue background. Then inside the card, I used some of you will know I use Bitmoji. Have you seen me with my little caricature of me? That's Bitmoji. That's something called Bitmoji. Somebody said, oh, wasn't I clever the other night? I said, no, not clever at all. I just downloaded Bitmoji to my computer and to my phone, and then I made an avatar that looks sort of like me, you know, my glasses, my purple clothes, that sort of thing. And it just adds a lot of humour to my pictures and things like that. So what I did, I wanted to put my Bitmoji pictures inside the card, on the left hand side inside the card. So there's various Bitmojis, happy birthday Bitmojis. There's one of me, my avatar. So all the, you know, whoever's using Bitmoji, you can get the same avatar, the same Bitmoji, but with your own avatar on it. So there's a lovely one I love when it's birthday time, is swinging down with a bunch of birthday balloons, and then there's one that says have a magical birthday, and I'm riding on a unicorn and that sort of thing. So I used a couple of these on the inside of the card, and then on the other side I put a greeting. So I found a nice font that looked like handwriting, and I put a nice greeting and then love from Granny on there. And I managed to get both of them done before Zarina got to me. I still had 5 minutes spare, and the computer didn't go bananas at that point. It does do various things at other points, but it didn't do it at that point. So I was delighted, and I hope that they because if you do that by 1 o'clock in the week, they get dispatched the same day. So hopefully if the Royal Mail doesn't let us down, they will be there tomorrow. If the Royal Mail does, then they'll be there after that. But hopefully they will enjoy those. I'm sure I will be talking to my granddaughters tomorrow. We usually do greetings and we sing happy birthday over the phone. It's a family tradition. So it depends how early up I am, because they've got school tomorrow. They finished their SATs today, so that's great. They've got a birthday clear of SATs. Not that we make a big deal out of SATs, because I think, you know, just make it part of the everyday, you know, what goes on. And so that, but they finished SATs today, and they had last night my daughter sent me a picture of them making a lot of cupcakes. And I said, oh, what's going on? Is this party, you know, for the party? And it wasn't, it was for, well, they were having a party in the park. It was end of SATs party in the park. So they were taking lots of cupcakes to share in the park with their pals. So hopefully, I haven't heard from this evening, but I expect my daughter will show me pictures later on of that. because I love the way now that you know, although they don't live on the island, I don't miss out because of the modern technology, because of WhatsApp and all the ways we have of messaging each other and sending videos. I'm constantly getting pings on my phone of what my grandchildren are up to, and then, you know, sometimes they'll sing little messages, or there'll be a WhatsApp from my daughter, but it will say hi Granny, and it's obviously from one of the grandchildren. Hi Karen. So I just love that. And when Tristan, my son, was living in Australia, I think he was there when the children were born, he didn't miss out on those first bits because of the technology. It's just amazing, and we just need to embrace it so much because it's just fantastic, isn't it? So so there we are. So I got their cards done. As I say, I thought I'd make a little birthday cake. Now it's funny because I've got this wonderful knitting book. It's got to be renewed at the library. I've renewed it I don't know how many times. I think I need to go and buy a copy actually. And it's called 100 Little Knitted Projects. And they are all small projects. There's penguins and scarecrows and baskets of flowers and dinosaurs, fairies, apples, nurses, foxes, all sorts. And then there's this little birthday cake. And but it's got 5 candles on, so I don't know, because it's only a small cake. Look, you can see that's it. That's all the way round, so I'm going to have to pull it round and sew it up. I don't know whether I will get 11 candles on it. I'll give it a try. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. So anyway, it keeps me out of mischief, all my knitting, as you know, or gets me into more mischief sometimes. I don't know. It's certainly a conversation starter when I'm knitting on the bus. It's lovely, and I just love it. I mean, I'm no good at creating the patterns myself, but I have access to so many different patterns. If Dave Baker's in the broadcast, I apologise, I didn't get this posted today. This is a little crab he wanted. He ordered the other day. It will get in the. I promise, I'll get it in the post tomorrow to you. If I don't know if he's watching. So, yes. So as I was saying, I had toilet issues. So I've been having toilet issues for some time. In that, both of my toilets decided that every now and again they don't want to stop flushing, and I don't want to run up a huge bill, and I don't want to waste a lot of water. So at my last networking meeting back at Kivas Cafe a few weeks ago, Terry joined us for the first time, and it's interesting because normally I make connections with people. On this occasion, as he reminded me today, it was my brother who introduced me to him at my brother's Full Gospel Men's meeting. So Terry'd been rather busy, but he rang me yesterday, said he got a slot, he could come and look at, you know, what was going on with the flushing mechanisms of my toilet. So he's had a look, and he's going to get the necessary stuff and come back and sort my toilets. So that was good news. But of course, isn't it funny how all these things start going wrong at once? My dishwasher is playing up again. I haven't used it. I hadn't used it for a long time, other than as storage for my tins, because the water wasn't coming out the jets. They were all blocked up. I didn't know how to sort it out, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money for somebody else to sort it out, so I'm a pensioner, don't forget. So I just took to washing up by hand, as you do, because you can. That's what we did before we had dishwashers. And so I was doing that. But then I just suddenly thought, I wonder if, and I mentioned this on another broadcast, what happens if I Google how to clean a dishwasher? So I actually found out that I did do it with, what did I do? Vinegar and the old-fashioned way, vinegar and soda crystals, and it seemed to bring it up beautifully. And then I did a lovely wash with it. And then the next time I went to use it, it decided to play up. And it was like a blooming discotheque with flashing lights. You know, it's supposed to go green as it comes on, and then a green one to say it started, but instead of which it was flashing green and red, you know, so between the start and the stop. I managed to poke the switch about, and it did another wash, and it was okay. But tonight I've put it on, And not only did we get the discotheque lights all flashing, but now it's telling me it needs salt, and I don't have any dishwasher salt here in the house, so I will have to get some dishwasher salt tomorrow. It hadn't been high on my priority list because my dishwasher wasn't working. Anyway, but that's not why, I don't know why, that's not why it was flashing to start with. So again, an issue going on there, which is a shame because I thought, oh, I've got my dishwasher back working, which releases time when I'm not standing at the sink washing up. But there you go. I will have to have a little play with that and see what's going on there. So one of the things that happened today, somebody commented on last night's broadcast, and last night I was reminiscing because my brother had given me some cutouts he'd found when going through some boxes of family stuff. He found some cutouts from the newspapers from when I ran my nursery school way back in London many years ago, which I ran for 21 years, and I did some shows with those children, and I was talking about it on the broadcast, and one of my Facebook friends came up today, which is, I know her personally, well, I don't so much now, but I did then, because she was one of the children in my nursery school. And it was just so delightful when today she messaged me and said, because I'd been talking about our shows that we did, and one of the shows we did, we went round the world. So the children were, dancing in France, and they were doing the can-can in France, and they'd be in London. We were doing this was an imaginary trip round the world, all in the playroom of the nursery school. And I mentioned the can-can and all these things, and Tiffany came on and said, oh, it was such fun, and I'd forgotten, of course, that she was a pupil way back then. So wouldn't it be great if I could find a lot more of the pupils who were in my nursery school way back then? And of course they are of that generation. I started the nursery school when my first son was 18 months old, and he's now 42. So they're of that generation down from that age, 42 downwards. So many of them will have families of their own. Be really fun if I could find them and catch up with them. So maybe I will sort of, start. But of course, I wouldn't know their names. If they're married, I wouldn't know the surnames, but maybe not that difficult to find out. But that was fun anyway. Tiffany reached out to me, and that was lovely for her to reminisce about the can-can. So that was nice. Then one of the things I've been doing recently is taking part in some online surveys. Now, I think Michael McIntyre would have fun with all the things that have happened, like the toilet issues and the dishwasher issues and the computer issues. If any of you don't know Michael McIntyre's sense of humour, you really do need to go to look him up on YouTube. He is hilarious. I'm always saying laughter's the best medicine. And if I want to have a good laugh, then I will go to YouTube and put on various different people. Hi, Matt. Different people, but recently I've been watching Michael McIntyre because of course he's been performing. Well, his YouTube clips go back at least to 2010, so there's a lot of material there I hadn't seen, and they are hilarious. He just looks at life, looks at things like dishwashers going wrong and toilets flashings not working and all that sort of thing, and he just makes such humor as the lights on my dishwasher were going like a discotheque lights. I just thought of Michael McIntyre and what he would do with the things going on here. Not only that, you see the toilet, the dishwasher, and then blow me the computer, because I was doing, well, I don't know whether it was a computer, I don't know what the problem was. I've been doing some surveys surveys online, and you can earn a little bit of extra, or you can get prizes, points for prizes and things. So I thought I'd have a little go at this. So I've been doing some surveys, but how frustrating is it when you've done a survey, you've spent 10 minutes doing a survey, answering questions, and then it says there was one today where you had to put you had to tick one of the boxes along, and hi Dawn, and it was agree, you know, it was going from strongly agree to strongly disagree and anywhere in between. And I put my ticks in all the boxes where I felt I wanted to, and then the computer wouldn't let me progress because it says you have to have one in one of the first boxes. Now, that's not giving me choice because I didn't want to choose one of the first boxes. I wanted to choose the different answers. So I spent 10 minutes on a survey that didn't go anywhere because it wouldn't actually let me go anywhere. And even then when I did try and put it in the first box, it still wouldn't let me go. So I just deleted just closed the tab down and thought, oh, I'm going to get on with something more productive, like maybe knitting a birthday cake, as I do. So that was a little bit frustrating. And sometimes, there's all these surveys they keep sending me. I asked for them, so, I can stop it if I want to, but I thought, no, I'll do some of these surveys. So every day I get sent surveys through, but how annoying is it when you say, yes, I'll help you with your survey, and then they give you a few test questions and you answer those and then you're greyed out because you don't fit in the survey. I'm obviously not a very good fit for a lot of the things that they're trying to survey because I keep getting greyed out so much. So it really just, so frustrating. But never mind, it's all part of life's rich experience. Anyway, and earlier today too, another thing, I was looking at Facebook and I had something come up in my time hop, and it, of course, because it's my twin granddaughter's 11th birthday tomorrow, things are coming up round, those pictures coming up around. Sorry, I think I've gone off on a tack and I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so I was getting the time hop pictures of those babies, and lots of interaction I've had. I've put that up as my profile picture, and I had so much interaction, which is fantastic because all the algorithms where you don't get seen and all this. If you get things like that, then lots of people interact. So I am being seen much more in the feed. But one of the things that came up too was this time last year, and some of you will know this book I read from, Butterfly Whispers, by lovely Vanessa Louise Moore. There she is on the back. There's a picture of her on the back. Hi, Sandy. And this book has a lovely a page for every day of the year. And it's so funny because sometimes I read the page, the page for the day it actually is. Sometimes I look and find something else. And I read from this book yesterday, but then in my time hop today, it came me reading the page for the 17th of May last year. Now today here on the Isle of Wight, and I don't know whether the rest of you have had the same, we've had a beautiful sunny day, absolutely gorgeous sunny day. And but this time last year, it was clearly a very wet day because when that video came up of me reading out of Butterfly Whispers, apparently this time last year, I was having a real difficult time getting myself motivated. And hi, Meridian Dave, getting myself motivated. And so I dipped into Butterfly Whispers, and I'm going to read it again because this time last year, it made me laugh because it was I don't know why I wasn't getting motivated because the weather doesn't usually stop me getting motivated, but maybe that was it. It was pouring with rain this time on the 17th of May last year. And so when I dipped into Butterfly Whispers, it said, "Don't you just love sunny days?" And even just reading that on a day when it was pouring with rain actually made me chuckle and completely turned it round. And so anyway, so I thought I'd read this again today, a year on. Hi, Juliet. So it says, "Don't you just love sunny days? Sunny days for me are such a blessing, and I feel like I could skip everywhere." And it certainly makes me feel like that. I'm not quite sure how skippy I am these days. I don't know. I don't do badly When it is sunny, we find ourselves so much more aware of everything around us. We take off our blinkers and notice more of the beauty that is all around us. And definitely today, as Zarina was driving me to the garlic farm, it was just the beauty of the island across the downs, which is why on the way back, I did get the camera out and I did do video from the passenger seat. I was not the driver. Please don't get me wrong on that one. I would not ever do that, and I try and stop other people doing, you know, that crazy thing of trying to live stream while they're driving. Crazy. Anyway, we take off our blinkers and notice more of the beauty that is all around us. We tend to feel more open-minded and willing to do more. It's easy to love a sunny day, and it's easy to love the cheerful moods of others on a sunny day. We love to be out doing what we love on a sunny day. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. And I know it does, you know, I think most people are more cheerful on a sunny day. I've, as I say, been out to ladies' lunch, but I've spent the rest of the day home. But my flat lends itself to the sun because the sun stream I've got over here, I've got French doors. They don't go anywhere because my flat's upstairs. I'm sitting on 2 garages. But I can open them, and there's like a railings there. It doesn't go out anywhere, but I can have the air coming in, you know, so I can open the doors. I've got dormer windows above. The sun streams through. It's just really lovely. So it is nice to be here. And then I was rather tired, and I did have a snooze, so I missed some of the sun. But you know, I've had a lovely day. Most days these days are lovely. Try and make them lovely. It's about how we handle it, isn't it, and how we make it. So that really is a roundup of my day. Did I broken computer frustration? Yeah, that's it. So I think I covered everything there. Lovely to see lots of you coming into the broadcast. I love Joe's put a bit of picture of a cake there to tempt me, but I wasn't tempted. I'm feeling really good because sometimes recently I have been tempted to have cake, and of course it doesn't do my skin any trouble, so any good. And so now by sticking more to my grain-free diet, I am feeling so much healthier, and life is good. So that's really, I think, a wrap there. Tomorrow, I don't know if Sarah's in the broadcast here. Tomorrow morning, I am going to be having coffee and teaching knitting. And if anybody on the island wants to join us, we will be in Kiva's Cafe tomorrow morning. And I am going to be teaching, Sarah to knit. And I don't think she's here in the broadcast. She threw me the challenge. She said she was a very difficult pupil. I'm sure she's not. I'm sure that I will be able to teach her to knit. And so we're going to have a bit of fun around that one. I'm not quite sure what we're knitting yet, what she wants to knit, because I've got some very easy patterns. But actually, when the things are made, they look, fantastic. So not like beginners knitting at all. So that's a bit of what I'm going to be up to tomorrow. The weekend, lots of things going on here on the Isle of Wight. We've got the Riverfest down in Newport, which is a wonderful family day all along the river down in Newport by at the Riverside Centre, which is obviously on the riverside. Lots of charities will be doing fundraising there, all sorts of things going on, things on the water, things on the dry land. I don't know what the weather forecast is like, but hopefully it will be good enough for me to live stream. I manage it most times, so hopefully we will have a lovely day there. The weekend in Ryde is a busy one. There's the Rider Bus weekend where the vintage buses come out, and so that's going to be another weekend. I might try and get on the buses and see whether I can do some live streaming there. So I will be out and about doing a lot of live streaming over the weekend. So I need to make sure the batteries are charged up. And of course, I did have to buy a new battery charger the other day. I use so much battery power, and my previous one gave up the ghost, so I just had to buy a new one. But this one gives my phone, when my phone's run out, it's at least 2 charges, I think possibly 3 charges, so I can keep charging my phone, so that I can keep bringing all these things. Hi Carrie, I can keep bringing all the things going on the island. And there's so much going on the island, and I don't hear about some. I mean, I keep my eyes and my ears open, but a lot of things I don't hear about until after they've happened. So if there are things going on out and about there that you want me to live stream, then let me know. Somebody did want me to pop along to something today, which I wasn't able to do because I was at the ladies' lunch. So I'm going to go and see her tomorrow. She's an opera singer, organising some opera things going on here on the island. You know, there's just so much that happens on this island that we need to tell everybody about. So she did something last year called Tea at the Opera, which I was privileged to go to, and I did live stream. So I'm going to pop along and meet her tomorrow evening and find out more about that, so I'll be able to share that with you. But please, folks, keep me posted of anything that you know going on. And if hang on, let me just, I'm going to get a link here because I was going to get a link, but it's not going there. Wait a minute, hang on, because I want people to share the Magical Island. That's right, I want people to share my isleofwight.live page. Let me get you the link because I want all of you to know how beautiful. Oh wow. Sorry, as I went to get the link for isleofwight.live to share that with you, something came up on my news feed, and it's let's see. Oh, I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can share it to this page. I don't know if I can. Oh, and I've even been tagged in it. It's the chap who introduced me to the We All Send Cards business, and he's just put up a picture of one of the cards from one of the designers. Now, it's a designer who I introduced to We All Send Cards, who lives here on the island, and it's a picture. She does quirky pictures. And it's a picture of our Red Funnel Ferry over in Cowes, and he's just tagged me in it, and he said, just ordered this lovely card, sent it to myself with some things I want to achieve, included photos of my family who are important to me. So he sent himself a card because he wants to keep some of the cards to show people. Picture of the Red Funnel Ferry that sails between the mainland and the Isle of Wight. I know Lynn Blackledge has been on this ferry with her trolley. So that was funny just to see that as I was just about to tag. But anyway, this wait a minute, let's go to the isleofwight.live and get that link for you, because what I want is for everybody to share what's going on my Isle of Wight page. This is where I do all the live streaming from the island, and I want more people to know about our beautiful island. So hang on. You know, I do feel that we need to let the world know much more. So this is the link. Whoops, hang on. There we go. So if you haven't already, and you can go and like that page, I would love it. And if you can share it, that would be fantastic. We just have so much beauty going on here on the island, and we need more of you to come and visit. Our economy depends on visitors, so whether you come for a week, a weekend, a few days, or just come on a day trip if you're near enough to do a day trip, it's amazing. Some people think you need a passport to get to the island. You certainly don't, and you don't need a long time. By hover, we're 10 minutes from Portsmouth. From London, we're about 2 hours. So I think, if more people knew how easy it was to get to the island, and, so on our hover, obviously, is a passenger ferry. By car ferry, obviously, it takes a bit longer, but we are so near. You can get from London to the island in 2 hours. And so it is amazing. And I love my beautiful island. And if any of you are coming, then please let me know, because obviously it would be great to meet up and, do coffee, or not coffee and cake, unless I can find some, some special cake. But you can have cake and I'll have coffee. So anyway, on that note, I am going to wind down. I'm going to go and finish knitting my birthday cake. I'll put a picture up when it's finished. And I just thought I'd just do that because it's only a little cake. It's only small. It's in this little book. There it is on the front. They are all small items here, and so I might not get the candles done tonight, but I'm going to finish the cake before I go to bed. So thank you ever so much for joining me. Love you all lots, and see you all in another broadcast very, very soon. And don't forget, Saturday night is Laughter with Lynn, but I need some of your funny stories to put in my Laughter with Lynn, Laughter's the Best Medicine tin, so that we can share those with everybody. So do let me have some of your funny stories that we can make. We can tickle those chuckle muscles. So as I say, love you all lots. See you all again soon. Bye for now.